Hello, welcome to Rico's Laserfiche Basic demonstration. Right now, we're on our Laserfiche start page, so there are a number of different ways that you can access Laserfiche. One is through our web access client. That is what you see on the screen at this time. Laserfiche is available on any browser that you might be using. You can also access Laserfiche through an installed application via your desktop, which we call the Thick client, or you can access Laserfiche through your mobile device. The whole objective is that you're always able to access your content no matter where you are. We're going to log into the repository, and for those of you not familiar with the term repository, it's essentially your digital filing cabinet, where all your documents are stored in one central location based on the security requirements that you have for each individual user or groups of users. So now I've logged in as an administrator with full access, which means that I can see every file and every bit of content. In a real production instance, we would make sure that the proper people would have proper access. For example, those in human resources would only see the content that they should see in the HR area of the system, and those in accounts payable would see only what they're configured to see. So on the left here, you see that we have our folders pane. It's expandable and collapsible. It's similar to what you see in the Windows operating system. Laserfiche emulates that Windows environment in order to reduce the amount of training time it takes for users to get adjusted to using the software. On the right-hand side, we have our contents pane, and to the top of the screen you see our basic search bar. We'll be getting into the Laserfiche search capabilities a little bit later in the demonstration. So you can store any type of documents into Laserfiche. For example, PDFs, Word, Excel files, to name a few, and it will always open up in its native application. So Microsoft Word documents will open up in Microsoft Word, and for TIFF-based documents, they will open up in our own Laserfiche document viewer. Right now I have opened up a TIFF-based image. It happens to be an application, a job application, as you see on the screen, and it is using our internal viewer. I wanted to show you how I can apply certain annotations to the image. So for instance, I have the ability to highlight essential information right here. And I can also redact sensitive information. The really neat thing about using our redaction tool is that any information that I redact will exclude that particular information from any search results or access. I can also leave sticky notes, the equivalent to a post-it note, and I can leave notes to coworkers. So here, if I go up to create the sticky note, it's very easy for me to put that on the image and then make a note. To the right, I have my metadata pane, which is simply information about my document. Think of it as the inside of one of your favorite novels that has information on the publisher, the publishing date, the author, etc. In this case, we have an employment application and we select the appropriate template, which is just a way to categorize the document, that has the proper fields assigned to that specific template. So we have application ID, first name, last name, and so on. These fields can be populated manually or populated automatically using one of our capture-based tools, which will be discussed later on in this demonstration. In addition to our metadata, we have the ability to take a look at our business process pane. We can see any bottlenecks inhibiting our business processes, and it gives us an insider's view as to how long the document has been active, what stage of the business process it might currently be in. It also gives us a complete history of the document's life cycle, and this is perfect for new employees if they wish to know where the document has been or where it needs to go next. For example, they would be able to look here to see, does it require approval? Will there be notification to upper management? I'm going to save the changes that I've made to this application and I'll send it back into the repository. There are a few ways that we can import information into the repository. One of them is to just drag and drop them right into the system. One example could be that we have an existing resume on our desktop and we'd like to include that into our folder. As we import that document in, we can have the user assign a particular template to it so it has the proper metadata. So right here, we're going to select the employment application, and you can see that we can have required fields so that the user then must assign a value to those fields before they actually import the document into the repository. This really helps us battle against what we see in many organizations where different people in different areas name files and then they put them away in folders differently than other people. And then this makes it very difficult for other folks to find this information later. So using this method, it ensures proper naming convention across your whole organization. You may have small jobs that don't require separation with little to no image cleanup and manual indexing is acceptable. Then you can use Laserfiche Basic or Standard scanning options. You can scan directly into your repository. However, if you're dealing with many documents in one fell swoop, you can use one of our batch scanning tools. Here's an example of one of our scanning and importing tools called Quick Fields. It allows you to scan or import in many documents into the system based on document type. So here, I've selected our HR applications as one of our sessions because we often import hundreds of applications on a daily basis in this particular instance. What will happen is Quick Fields will be watching a network folder and importing in bulk a bunch of these scanned applications. So it's able to automatically assign the metadata fields such as first name or last name, phone, email, because those items are in the same place on every single document. It's a standardized document or standardized form rather than unstructured. And we can extract the metadata fields straight from each scanned document very easily and place them on the right-hand side here to eliminate any kind of manual data entry. When we have completed the scan here, we're just going to store all of the documents into the repository, and then Laserfiche will bring them into the proper place. And then we'll be moving on to Laserfiche's search functionality. Laserfiche is designed to search on any document or group of documents based on any piece of information that you happen to know about those documents. The whole idea here is to simply be able to bring up those documents quickly based on the smallest amount of information that you might know about either any one particular document or group of documents. So let's look at our basic search here. We can search for any machine printed text in any document. We could search for any metadata fields that we've either typed in or automatically extracted, or we can even search in our annotations. Remember the sticky notes that we showed just a few minutes ago? Remember that I typed in please review on the sticky note when I applied it. I'm actually searching for that now, and what will happen is it will take us directly to that document because it was our only result. If there were a number of results or multiple results, we would get a context list that would give us those several results, and then we can choose the appropriate document from that point. If the basic search capabilities were too simplistic for your taste, we do have the capabilities of advanced searching. Laserfiche has over 70 existing pre-configured search filters that you can include, as well as any searches based on your own metadata. So here, I'll show you a search that will give me all of the documents brought into the system over a certain period of time. So if I wanted to look at all of the resumes that were brought in over the last several days, I simply select the date field, and I choose the created or last modified option. And then let's say that I'd like to see all of the resumes between July 1st and July 31st, for example. I can easily choose those dates. And then when I search, we have all of the resumes brought in over the month's time that we specified. Even the advanced searching is very easy to go through, just as you've seen. This concludes our basic introductory demonstration, and we really hope to get a chance to look over some of your processes to see how we can help you move forward. Thank you for your time.